Hi, in this video we are going to see about higher order functions in Kotlin. It's like how to send a function as a parameter and how to return function as a return type in Kotlin. So don't waste our time, and let's start with a quick demo. So what happened is in normally Java language we don't have this higher order function types. We can't send a function at a parameter and get function as a return type. But in Kotlin there is a specific feature we can send function as a parameter and return get as return type as a function as a return type. So let's, for example, let's say I have one function lazy. So lazy have some parameter of a int. So this lazy, then I have another one function is called speed. So in this speed I am going to pass the lazy as a parameter, which like lazy is a variable name. Okay, so don't worry. So now we are going to pass int. So this is how we are going to pass. So now the thing is, you have to the parameter and the return type must be same. If both are same, you can pass as a variable. Is first thing is parameter params. After the arrow you can type return type int or string or unit. Okay, so this in the params means it's like integer, string, or something, whatever the parameters. So I'm going to create another one function initial. So inside this initial function I'm going to call speed. In this speed I'm going to pass lazy. Okay, so this lazy is passing through this speed, pass to this speed. So I'm L bracket L means this lazy function. So lazy function have one parameter. I'm going to send 7. So inside this lazy function I'm going to print the input. So we just call this one error function dot init. So if I run this function, this lazy function must activate and this 7 need to be print. Okay, so I'm just running this function. Let's see what is going to happen. So it's built. See, the 7 is building. Actually this speed is passing lazy, and inside the speed we are calling the lazy function which we are sending this. Okay, so this is pretty much cool, and as well as we can return the same function back, as like I am just returning the same thing, whatever we are here, we are passing here as the same thing we are returning. So the thing is return L. Okay, so this not only this lazy function, we can return any function, which means if I have velocity, but the parameter and return type must be same. Now I am having velocity, so I can return velocity over here. Okay, we'll check velocity. So now the velocity is returning in the speed. Okay, so what happened, this speed will, well, so this dd will have we can pass the variable, because this dd is a function, this velocity function dd is this velocity function, because this speed is returning this velocity function. Will for if you have any doubts, we will say velocity. Okay, now this will print velocity dot a. This we are not printing. Let's print both. Okay, this is 5. This velocity we are not printing. Velocity we will change here as 7. Okay, just I am running this function, so we can found out what is actually working. Okay, see, this is running and velocity 7 also is printing, because we are returning this velocity and for this velocity we are passing the variable here. You can pass from here also. If I put 7 also here, it will be a pass. And velocity return type, velocity have doesn't don't have any return type. If any velocity return type is means, we can use dd to get box. So now we will do one small functions on a small method. I am giving you demonstration. Like with this array list, I have already created one array list. So with this array list, we will do, I am going to show you some examples for this functions and higher order functions. So let's start with an example. So I will create one function like adder. So inside, for this adder, we are going to call from here. Inside the adder, we are going to send this number list. Okay, so list is having here. So not a big work. We are going to number list dot for each. So it is it if it less than 10 and else if it less than 30, else this one. So what I am going to do, what I need to do, if it less than 10 means I know to print so first where I is equal to it plus 3. Then I am going to print that I add I. Okay, so this is if it is greater than that. So the same thing I am going to do for here. If it is less than 30 means it is not I, it is minus. If it is greater than 30 or something means it is divided by 3. Okay, so this is like sub, this is div. Okay, I am just running run this function. Let's see what is going to happen for this function. Once it is finished, we will get the response. Okay, just see the add 5 4 6 8 div sub 9. So we are getting this all the output, but this is normal way. Now I am going to do with show you the other form of way. It's like I'm going to create one function to get a function of this. So it's like we will create add sub divide function. Okay, first of all, fun add a int b int, so return type is also int. Okay, return a plus b. Okay, return a plus b. So I am just copying for sub, this one is div. So everything will have same parameter and same return type, same return data type, but actions will be different. Okay, so we have add sub div. Okay, so we are not going to implement the same function over here. So we are going to I'm going to create another one function, manual form. So in this form I am going to send the input of this one. It's like what we need to do. It's like manual form. The input is the symbol. Symbol means what we need to add. So I am going to send only symbol. Then this it. Okay. So we are having the two parameters, this one and this one. Now what we need is, we need the return type of this functions, add sub. So we will create one. So as I said here, we remove that. Okay, so for this add function we have to, how do we need to create, as I said before, params comma params, whatever the params is, then arrow return type, int or string or unit. So just imagine here we have two integer parameters, so int return type is also int, so this is one of the parameter. Okay, so we need to return any function with these two int parameter and one return type. So we have three functions like that. So I'm going to use when and this string as yes. So now plus this is like naming the function. So normally we are calling means we will call add and we need to pass the parameter, but this is like return type means we are sending the instance of the function. Okay, so minus and divide, in the sense it will be sub div. Okay, so we need to add else also, else in the sense I am sending div only. So we will first add this for only add, and we added this for add. So what happened is we are sending this yes and int, so it is returning the function. Okay, it's returning the function, but we are not using the returned function. Either I said before, we can get in one variable and use, or we can pass parameter directly like this. It's like it. So the thing is, we don't want to pass the int here, we just pass the send int only. So it comma 4, we used to use 3. Okay, so plus, so it will return add, this will return add, so this will return one variable called result, println result. Okay, so this manual will have now what you, I think you guys are understanding. I am just explaining once again. This is a manual function. Inside manual function, only one normal string parameter we are sending, but as a return type we are getting these functions. Okay, so how to declare this return type for a function, I just explained over here. If you have another one parameter, you can add it here. But unfortunately Kotlin don't have multiple return types for a function. So that's one of the drawback, but Shift have a lot of functional functions, but I will show you it in another video. But this one is, we are sending a function as a return type. So in this return type we are using, this is a returned parameter, return type functions parameter. So return type function parameter, we are sending this and we are getting the result and printing. Okay, so I am just repeating the same thing for all, and I just minus and divide. Okay, now I am running again and I just show you the output. Let's see what is going to happen. See, the output is, you can see the output over here, whatever we have having. So we are now the thing is we are printing things outside here. We can do one more. The thing is we can avoid this return type. Instead of this return type, we can pass parameter and use the parameter. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's see, function print. Okay, function add print, this will have string parameter and println add value is str. Okay, for this same thing we are going to add sub So if I am adding the add print, okay, add print here, and I am string unit. Okay, so we just remove this return type. We don't need return type, but instead of return type we need this one. This is not string, it's just int. We'll change this one to int, just everything to int. So I'm the calling function here. So the thing is, you have to do everything perfectly. Okay, these things are pretty much important over here. Yeah, I am just altering all the functions, all the add and minus functions, and I am just removing all the return type of the symbolic function, and I am just adding this one. Minus divide. Okay, so we have some errors. Let's check. Okay, this is the input and we don't have return type. Okay, now because we remove the return type from here, so if it is a void, we have to put it as return type as unit. Now the thing is, you don't want to print separately over here. You can just add a printer here. This is add print, this is sub print, this one is div print. Okay, so we are pausing and let's see, let's run and check once again what is, everything is add sub div. So now you can identify what is printing, what is not printing. Yeah, see, you can see add div, whatever it is. So this is what the function, you can send function as a parameter and you can return function as a parameter. So it must be I am just showing very basic examples, but this is very useful when you are using a real algorithm or real logics in your programming things. Thank you.